On Sunday, Elon Musk travelled to China. He was able to get the Chinese government to agree to allowing Tesla's full self-driving for the first time in history. A week before, though, he cancelled his trip to India to meet with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and senior officials during his India visit. The cancellation came despite Musk confirming his India visit in advance on April the 10th, weeks before. The CEO was expected to announce a $3 billion EV factory, a gigafactory for India during the visit, along with announcements related to Starlink. But that has been cancelled. Elon Musk's visit to China, instead of going to India when he was meant to meet the Indian Prime Minister, has outraged some Indians. Some Indians are actually saying that, well, this is a really good evidence on why India has become a place that people don't want to do business in. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what some people are saying within India. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Tesla and Musk's visit to China has left India shocked. Some media publications are saying this is shoddy ethics or simply business. Elon Musk visited China. He cancelled his meeting with the Prime Minister in India and flew to China instead. Now, it was very clear that this wasn't like, it wasn't like he was meant to go to India one week and then he went to India a different week. He actually literally went to China in the same, pretty much the same days he'd planned on going to India. So, I mean, clearly it worked out well for Tesla. Elon Musk somehow managed to get full self-driving basically approved in China, which could make Tesla billions of dollars, says the Bank of America. In fact, the Bank of America believes it could make Tesla around $2.5 billion per year, which is an insane amount of money. Media outlets in India, though, are saying, hello, China, goodbye, India. Others are asking the question of whether Tesla's move to meet with Chinese government officials instead of India to discuss a potential gigafactory was shoddy ethics or simply business. Now, Teslarati says that Tesla has been working with India for the better part of a decade to come to terms on a gigafactory, and India had hoped an announcement would be imminent. The Prime Minister in India, this is part of his, it was part of what he'd hoped to convince people he was doing a good job was. So he was kind of betting on this looking good for India. It would be a big coup for India to have Tesla build a gigafactory in the country. He was hoping that would happen, and it appears as though Tesla have now decided that no, that's not happening anytime soon. Musk postponed the meeting in late April. And the reason he postponed is because, well, he's obviously decided that it's not happening anytime soon, like I said, and he cited heavy Tesla obligations. Didn't go into further detail, but it's pretty clear. The writing is on the wall. There have been a lot of new developments in the Tesla space. I mean, Tesla's fired staff. They've decided that they're going to have a new lineup of vehicles, more affordable EVs. They're going to be built on the same production lines. They are obviously not rushing to build their factory in Mexico. Tesla have been discussing building a factory in Thailand, which I think is more probable than the factory in India. But even that one has been put on hold as well. And really, Musk visiting China came out of the blue. It's maybe for him as well. Maybe it's like Kelly Slater. You know, Kelly Slater, the surfer. He just turns up in all these different places. He doesn't announce he's going to be there. He just turns up, and he's in Australia one day. The next day he's in South America. The next day he's in Bali. The next day the guy's amazing. It was sort of like that. Elon Musk just popped up in China, and this was kind of a surprise. But he managed to get basically a deal done with the Chinese government, and this, a lot of people are saying, makes the Indian Prime Minister, the Indian government not look good. They lose face. Indian political opponents are apparently using this to kind of tarnish the Prime Minister. They're kind of using this to cite the shaky geopolitical tensions between China and India. They said, such is the lack of faith in the Modi government's regulatory policies that big businesses are turning to China over India repeatedly. This was said by Shanna Mohammed, the national spokesperson of the opposition Congress Party. And Sharma is right. He's 100% right. It is true that big businesses are turning to China instead of India, and it's true that it's because of Indian policy. Now, whether or not that's a good thing in the long term for India or not, who knows? But it is very true that yeah, India has changed their policies. They've kind of banned a lot of Chinese products. Most Chinese products now have been banned, and in the past, it's been difficult to do business with India. And the truth is that Indian government has seized some businesses. They don't like your business after a while. They've seized them. And realistically, they've also done things recently where they've banned things like iPads and computers. Things have to be made in India, otherwise you can't sell them there. It's getting a little bit crazy there. So I think it's a pretty good point here. And that's why I think Tesla might be wary of building a gigafactory there as well. Dr. Sharma Mohammed said this. Well, she said this. After cancelling his planned visit to India, Elon Musk makes a surprise visit to China. India needs a real leader. Now, she's right. Honestly, she's got a point. I kind of hope the Indian people elect her the next elections. Hopefully there are the next elections. Now, I'm assuming there will be. But guys, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, people across India are talking about Tesla. They're talking about Elon Musk. They know about this. This is big news in India. This is like front page news. Elon Musk shuns India for China. But more specifically, Elon Musk shuns the Prime Minister of India to visit the President of China.